I recently flew from Los Angeles LAX airport to New York's JFK airport on Delta One. I will give a brief overview of the flight and lounge and will rate the various areas at the end of the video. I arrived in LA on a previous flight from Phoenix and was notified on arrival that the LA to New York flight was delayed by an hour. Because of the delay, I had 5 hours to kill at LAX. I was told that LAX has an exclusive boarding process for Delta One passengers. However, after arriving from Phoenix, I was just ushered directly into their lounge. The lounge is a fairly nice retreat with a substantial amount of seating, which got more crowded the longer I stayed. There is a central bar, two food and drink stations, and electrical outlets by most of the chairs. I was there long enough to see both their breakfast buffet and their lunch display. Not a huge number of options, but it was enough to fill you up. What is nice about this lounge is that there is an outdoor area where you can enjoy the sun if it is out. However, just know that it is quite loud and the air isn't exactly fresh because of the airplane. After 5 hours, I finally boarded the plane in Group 1, which was an easy process. This flight from LAX to JFK was on the Boeing 767-300, which is an older plane. I have flown on Delta One business class, where you have individual private cubicles, and I've also flown on Delta One that had a 222 configuration with a large wide seat and extensive legroom, but no privacy. This felt like it was somewhat in between. Because I had a window seat by myself, I had some privacy, but it was still more open than the other cubicles I had seen. The plane was certainly dated, but it was clean and functioned well. The overhead bin space was plentiful, but a little higher than normal. When you arrive, your seat looks like this, with a comforter and pillow, amenity kit, and slippers in your seat. There is a large console with a water bottle and headphones resting on a reading light. There is some space on the floor to put some personal items, but it is slanted, so my items kept falling down. You must remove any items on the floor when you recline the seat because it slides over that area. There's an electrical and USB outlet by the reading light, as well as a headphone jack for the provided headset. The buttons to operate the seat were on the edge of the console and worked well. The console also housed the tray table. You pushed a release button and opened the lid, then you had to pull on a strap to lift the table up and out. Once out, you could slide the table forward and back and turn it on a diagonal. The headphones were nice and comfortable. There is a remote control in a compartment to your side. The TV was small and a little clumsy to operate with either the remote or by pressing directly on the screen. Again, I've seen better entertainment setups on other planes. Delta has always had a plethora of movie and television options. However, on this flight, there was a slim selection. I thought maybe I hadn't figured out how to access them, but I tried a few different ways with no success. I did find several Korean movies, courtesy of Korean Airlines, which is a Delta affiliate. The amenity kit came in a reusable pouch and included lotion, lip balm, eye mask, earplugs, pen, toothbrush, toothpaste, and socks. I was happy to see the socks because usually you get either socks or slippers, but in this case they gave us both. The bathrooms were small and typical. There were no special products. Shortly after we were up in the air, they started the food service. I had pre-ordered ravioli, which came with shrimp, salad, and bread. It was okay, but nothing exceptional. They distributed a menu, but most people had ordered in advance. There was a wine, beverage, beer, and spirits list included. So let's talk about the seat. The foot space narrows into a triangular area, but there was still ample room for my 5'5" frame. When you lay the seat flat, it does a good job of truly getting flat. The various sections didn't make it lumpy. They gave you a pillow wide enough to cover the expanse of the seat. There was no pad for the bed, but it was cushy enough. The comforter wasn't too thin or too thick, which I appreciated. I didn't make an effort to sleep on this flight since I was connecting with a flight to Scotland, but I did take advantage of reclining fully and watching a little TV. So overall, this is how I would rate the experience. 1 being lousy, 10 being outstanding. Lounge, 8. There was nothing wrong with the lounge, but I have been in better ones that had more space, more privacy, better food, and more comfortable seating. Boarding, 10. As usual, you had to wait a short while, but Group 1 was called quickly. Cabin layout, 7. Everyone in business class had access to the aisles, which was great. However, there wasn't much privacy. I had one of the better seats since my seat was right next to the window. Amenities, 9. All the amenities were fine. There wasn't necessarily anything special, but they did provide a large pillow and both socks and slippers. Food, 7. I thought the food was somewhat mediocre. However, it was on par with what you traditionally get on a plane. Once you microwave food, it never tastes that great. Seat, 9. The seat itself was quite comfortable, and it was easy to operate. It didn't have privacy, but I rated that in the cabin experience. Entertainment, 6. You could probably find something to keep you entertained, but there wasn't the normal breadth of offerings from Delta. Web, app, and problem solving, 10. Out of all the airlines I have flown, I appreciate Delta's online and customer service experience. You can easily access the website to make changes or find information. The app will send you notifications and options if you have a flight delay, which happened on this trip. And they have customer service counters at the airport so you can discuss problems with a human. I used all 3 of these resources during this trip. For the most part, I enjoyed my flight to JFK. My main reason for spending the extra money for a business class seat is to be able to stretch out and arrive refreshed. I had no complaints in this regard. As always, if you have any questions or contributions to the discussion, feel free to share in the comments section. There are now 2 new resources for senior and solo travelers, the Senior Solo Travel website and the new travel Facebook forum where you can interact with other senior and solo travelers. The website has downloadable trip and packing lists that will aid you in getting ready for travel. I've left links to all the sites in the description, so check it out. And if you'd like to follow my senior and solo travel journeys, please like and subscribe. Cheers!